Primarily, RAD architecture is focused on hospitality and commercial work. We do a lot of restaurants and bars and hospitality spaces, and we've done some other sort of fun projects like a spin studio, and we're working on some houses, but primarily we're focused on work that has a heavy grounding in design.
We met at UC when we were all in the Masters of Architecture program. Kate and I were in the same year, and Kristen was a year ahead of us.
Kelly is actually the one that brought the three of us together because Kelly had a relationship with Kristen and she had a relationship with me, so she was kind of the binding force.
Kelly and I knew each other because we worked together at a company as interns called Zeidler Partnership Architects, and we were lucky enough to work on the Bow. It was a pretty glamorous job because we were working on the parkade and counting parking stalls, hundreds of parking stalls all summer. But we had a lot of fun, and at the end of that summer we had thought and sort of talked about owning our own business together.
Kristen and I, we discussed it the first summer that we met when we were working at this other firm. And it was our goal one day, once we finished school, to get registered, get some experience, and start our company.
Yeah, we had this dream, and it's all happened. It's been great. I've always loved concept-driven endeavors. And for me, architecture was a way to kind of apply a concept approach or creative thinking process to the built environment. So rather than doing a painting or a drawing and having it viewed by someone, architecture is a way to create a full experience. So for me, that aspect of total design was a major driver.
I think a big part of it actually was because I have done a lot of traveling, and I've done a lot of traveling since I was a kid. And just having that interest in cities and places and in buildings, and always thinking what I would do to change the building, or just appreciating the building really for what it is.
I'm an artistic person, but I was also skilled at math and science and sort of the hard technical things. And one day my dad and I were talking, and he sort of said, well, how about architecture? It's sort of engineering combined with an artistic side. And I decided that would be something I was interested in, and I sort of threw myself into researching about architecture and decided it would be something that was fit for me. One of the projects that I'm really proud of is Last Best Brewing and Distilling. It's a 20,000 square foot brewery and distillery that is located on 11th Avenue in Calgary. And what was really seemed like a struggle during the time, but that ended up being a success of the project is that we were able to maintain the existing brewery and expand operations during construction and navigate the approvals process with the City of Calgary to get a brewery operation and a distillery up and running in the downtown core. Good design is something that you can see that there is a clear intention and consideration given to the space or the exterior. And it also is a space that is easy to inhabit, something that makes you feel comfortable. Sometimes it can be an uncomfortable space, but you can tell when you walk into a space that there's a certain proportion and consideration given to it.
I don't think it's necessarily kind of the latest and the greatest trends. Oftentimes the most successful projects are the ones that have timeless materials that people can relate to. And I think a good balance of these materials is important as well.
And I think design should be something that's sort of transformative, so that when you experience something, you leave a little bit different than when you came.